hopefully we can recover the investment, that's the objective in that. And then hopefully there's longer term, suggestions that then we can consider as a board and maybe in the upcoming budget year. So, we need to identify and approve possible 2025 funding sources to pay for, the organizational assessment.
I must assume it's, do we first wanna assume that it's the lower cost, that we are all in agreement that that was a more thorough proposal, and obviously lower
Yeah,
cost?
that's number two, but we can do that if you want to.
Well, I guess like so we all know how much money we're trying to.
Okay, yeah, that's perfect.
I'm
So
for
then,
the smaller.
Yeah.
so does someone want to make a motion, or don't need to make a motion?
Yeah, motion.
So, I'd like to make a motion to accept, the lower bid. We have one bid at $4,375, effectively the same number of trips, people involved. The second bid was $12,750. So I'm gonna make a motion to, go forward with the Public Administrative Associates LLC bid, and approve, should I approve the, I did $4,375,
Make a motion to approve the bid.
and then.
And then the amount.
Okay, so I'll make a motion to approve the Public Administrative Associates LLC bid for $4,375 to perform this organizational assessment.
Second.
Any discussion?
Yeah, I'd like to say that Public Administration Associates are doing the EMS study between the town of Troy and the East Troy Area Emergency Services District. David Bridle, who is the partner and CEO, formerly was the administrator at Walworth County, and he had, really made a conscious effort to get Walworth County's budget to a zero deficit. And I think that that shows real strength in his ability to make assessments on what we work with. So I like that choice. I can't believe there's that much of a difference, and I think that Public Administrative Associates also provided a better bid presentation than the other, than Innovative Public Advisors. I really liked what they had to present, and knowing their history, I agree that that's a good choice if we're gonna do this.
It's a pretty easy decision.
Yeah, any other?
Yeah, let's make it before they change their mind.
Any other comments? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carries. So now I have to go to
Funding.
funding. So, Clerk Buchanan, we found some money the last time we were doing a tractor or something. And I
We
wonder
borrowed.
if
We borrowed for that tractor, but
well, it was 12,000 or something, that was, it was a
tractor
tractor.
was $80,000.
But there was money.
A portion of it, yeah, was borrowed, and a portion.
Right. So,
Anyway,
is there any? that you
unless
know?
somebody gets recalled, there is extra money in the election budget. So there is about $4,000 some dollars in the election budget that could be with the budget amendment, and I have multiple ones that we'll have to address this year. But there is money in the election budget that can be used for this
What's your
organization.
feeling? You think elections, we gotta go through what? We don't have another election, right?
Well, unless, like I said, unless somebody decides to submit a recall petition, we don't.
Okay,
We
so,
have no fall elections.
and we're 3 months past April, so you would think, recall.
And we just actually, within the last month, we got the final bill from county for the election. The only other thing from from elections that I have coming up is we have maintenance this year. In odd numbered years, we have no fall elections. So the county with our, election equipment, the ice equipment, they come in, I had to take it to Elkhorn, they come in, they do maintenance on the machine, clean the well and replace all the internal batteries, and that's about $1,000. So we have money, after that $1,000, we have enough money for the 4,300 something.
So then the, motion would be to do a budget amendment.
Correct.
And there are multiple ones that I have to work on, so.
For this, to redirect or allocate funds from the election fund to this project.
Yes.
That would be the motion.
I'll make a motion that we draft a budget amendment to reallocate.
We have to authorize Jim to do the budget amendment, and that's not in the agenda. So you're just reallocating
Okay.
from elections to this project.
I make a motion to reallocate $4,375 from the election fund to the organizational assessment, that was awarded to Public Administration Association.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Okay, so then we have to do a authorization for Attorney Mills to,
In August.
Can't do it
Can't do it tonight, it's not
well,
noticed.
you have others you have to do. right?
Yes,
So
I
we'll
have
do that.
several.
Okay,
Several.
so then,
I'll make a motion to authorize Chairman Jones to sign the contract with Public Administration Associates for $4,375.
Second.
discussion that I'll offer is Attorney Mills, you made some comments about, having some discussions and negotiations. I will have those discussions.
Okay.
Before we just launch into a contract, make sure there's an understanding. Any other thoughts or concerns on this? Questions? All right, all in favor? Opposed? All right, motion carries. So now we're on to new business. After a couple of issues where we had people moving things and all kinds of stuff in here, looking at the budget season coming up, knowing we just launched on servers 2 or 3 years ago, something like that, 2. The board members operate on their own computers. There's a lot of server-based storage and things. There's a lot of discussion topics around servers and our IT. And so I thought we could lump this all together and do some exploration. We have a local expert, Joe Johnner, that does a lot of IT and network work in his business. And I thought and I also want to engage, something I didn't say in here, I want to engage web administrator Olson, as well as the clerk and the deputy clerk, because of server issues and things like that. So this is purely an investigation effort, primarily identifying budget estimates where possible. And with Joe Johnner's software network experience, I think he had a pretty good impact on this as well. I don't know how much time this will take. I'm hoping it's not an extensive amount of time, but we're targeting to get this done so that we have some answers in the August-September timeframe. That's the big picture of what we're looking at. One of the other things that's been on my mind is digitizing old town records as well. It's sort of not related, but then it is kind of related, so, that's why this is in here today. So, I would like to make a motion to authorize Chairman Jones to work with the court clerk, web administrator Olson, as well as the clerk and the deputy clerk, and Supervisor Johnner, to investigate, industrializing video sound equipment, improving sound system, and additional screen maybe in the town's meeting room.
Second.
Any discussion?
I like the idea of digitizing the town records as well. I was encouraged at the Lakeville Management District meeting that they had some success with that.
Yeah.
So I think, it's a big project. but
Yeah,
it's
well,
just-
2 years ago or 3 years ago, before we got the Badger books, I had gotten a quote for that, and it was about $6,000 at the time. So who knows what it
For
would be.
everything?
For digitizing and software that makes it all searchable.
Okay, so that's what, if we take it maybe
Shall
over
by size
multiple
pieces,
years,
right,
it's just putting a plan in place, I think.
Yeah,
So,
but I think the important thing is having searchable software, so that someone can go in and put in Elias Road and there it is.
I agree. It
It
does.
does.
It does sound reasonable.
I thought it would have 0.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought so too, honestly. So-
Specifically for municipalities, they have software that does that.
Do they know how many boxes we have? But they did that quote?
Ms. Buchanan, is it a quote that you got through the Towns Association?
No,
or-
it's at the clerks conference, which is
Okay.
coming up in August. There are multiple vendors, and I picked up stuff from different vendors.
Thanks for that proactive approach.
We can do that again.
Absolutely.
Very good. So any other discussion?
No, I think it's vitally important. I know that the records that we keep downstairs in the basement are valuable. We can donate them to the Historical Society once we digitize them, but having something that's searchable and not gonna mold or wash away is important.
Public records request should be an awful lot easier to look at. So, all right, anything else? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right. I got a whole list that I'm gonna put all of you to help me with. So now we're into the Booth Lake Memorial Park intergovernmental agreement. And Attorney Mills, I have added your edits into this document for myself.
Okay.
If there's any other edits that people have, we should talk about them and generally discuss this, agreement. And Michelle, you've been on the Booth Lake Memorial Park Board for 2 or 3 years. Year and a half. Okay, you're the expert.
Yeah, and actually, before I was reassigned to the planning commission, I already put my comments and edits into this agreement with Jerry Arnson. We've been working on it for a few months this year.
And you've seen your edits, so you're.
Yeah. Very good. So I think it was just basically really updating the older agreement, trying to add some clarity, as far as, separation of budgets and allocating the portions for each of the municipalities.
Couple of key points that Jerry had mentioned was, we do not want them to have authority without the municipalities of borrowing money. That was critical, so that's it. The other thing is he wanted some discipline, so he said budget amendments are gonna have to be required for anything they want. They're not just gonna be able to send anything into the municipalities. So I think all good, positive.
Which is why we saw the amendments, was it last month or the
Yes.
month before, even though it didn't have a dollar impact, it was just
Correct.
getting more work done for the same money. So the municipalities had an awareness of all of that in document.
And I like how this amendment defines what would happen happen if one municipality approved the budget and the other municipality, out of the three didn't, so. I think that it's important to be proactive about that rather than have a chaotic situation in the midst.
That was a discussion. It wasn't like this.
No,
So,
Bless you.
let's see, yeah.
I heard that from one of the
Yeah.
members.
So,
Chairman, if I can be recognized, just for the public, what is in the packet that was online is not the contract that you'll be signing. It doesn't have the edits that we've been talking about.
right, so it's gonna have to be recognized with edits.
Yes.
So my plan is to communicate this with edits to Gary. right?
Yep, I just wanted that clarification.
Okay, no, that's good. So the
Are the
motion,
edits significant, or?
Are the edits in our packet?
no, I didn't have them ready by Monday. So, couple of things. On page, I numbered them 1 through 6, I believe. So page 2, in the first paragraph, such bylaws is supposed to be lowercase.
Or put a period after park and start a new sentence.
Well, that looks like it how it's set up. So it has a period there now.
What's online has a comma.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah, there's a comment.
And then at the end of that same paragraph, after apply, it should be a period instead of a comma.
yeah, no. That's all I had on this page.
Yep.
Page 3, I confirmed that December 1st, we're just gonna default to the prior year's budget. I think that's fair. Can't believe we would never approve it in time. So then on page 4,
If we can go back to 3.
yep,
The first full paragraph, it starts, if the 3 funding municipalities,
yes,
when they interchange municipality and community in here, I think that's what you're gonna speak to on page 4.
correct.
But the language that says, if the 3 funding municipalities do not adopt identical budgets, they won't be identical because one only contributes 20%. So that language has to be changed.
You're correct. Okay,
Maybe they could say, proposed or
Proposed.
approved, or.
I think proposed.
Or approved in their required, percentage contribution or something along those lines.
Okay. And then, like you had said, page 4, paragraph 5, community about midway down, Troy and the village of East Troy, that each community is gonna be changed to municipality. I didn't have anything more on 4, anybody else?
There's just spacing, after the sentence upon receipt of the bids, there's just extra.
Where's that?
It's the same paragraph, paragraph 5.
Oh, right here. Yes. I'm an engineer, I'm not a English major. So I appreciate the help.
Don't
So,
worry,
in
Chairman,
that-
this isn't really English.
So, in that.
Yes.
Jim, if I could ask you to clarify that, upon receipt of the bids, we're gonna do lowercase the, that's the only change?
No, there's extra,
Extra lines.
extra spacing
Okay,
between the two sentences.
I see that.
I think if they hit a return or a backspace, it'll go away.
Right.
That's why we make it a smaller case T. Not that I'm a word processing expert either. Anything more on 4? Page 5. First paragraph, 2, 4, 6, 8 lines down, it says funding community, we're gonna call that a municipality again. What I didn't see, Attorney Mills, was where does it say I can just not approve the amendment?
If you go back, 5th line down from the top.
Yep.
We have to approve and accept. And then it says, it will not become effective until each municipality has approved.
Okay,
Would it still be identical if the percentages are different though?
Yes, because it's referring to the budget amendment,
Right.
Okay.
nothing else.
so are we good?
I think so.
So then we need a motion to,
Intergovernmental agreement between the town of East Troy, the town of Troy, and the village of East Troy regarding the Lake Memorial Park expenses as amended.
Second.
any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?